You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Welcome to Truth and Logic, the weekly talk show that uses logic to explain the truth.
And the truth shall set you free.
Here's Deron Montgomery, David Cross, and Michelle Daniels.
Good afternoon. You're listening to Talk Zone Radio. This is Truth and Logic with Deron, David, and Michelle. I am Deron.
This is Mr. Controversy, David.
This is Michelle.
And it's 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Depending on where you're at in the world, you can adjust that time accordingly. We'd like to thank you for listening and welcome you once again to our weekly open forum discussion as we talk about current events and social issues. As always, family, we are live and the phone lines are open. We can be reached at 888-GO-FOR-IT. That's 888-463-6748. Before we get it started, as always, the thoughts and views expressed on Truth and Logic are the thoughts and views of its host and do not reflect the thoughts and views of Talk Zone Radio, Syndication Networks, LLC, or any of its subsidiaries and or affiliates. Having said that and gotten that out of the way, we're back at a very familiar topic today, family, one that we seem to talk about too much, but it doesn't seem to go anywhere. The gun violence and the rise of gun violence in our city, in the country, really. But I can't really comment or talk about what's going on in other cities because the shit is so glaring right here in Chicago. And basically that's going to be the main topic. A subtopic to that will be, and again, call in. Whatever's on your mind, speak on it, family. 888-GO-FOR-IT. That's 888-463-6748. A subtopic to the topic will be, do you think that the rise in gun violence could possibly lead to a race war?
I hope not.
I mean,
I'm going to tell you why I hope not. See, black people, if it's a race war, black people fall back. I'm going to tell you that, fall back.
Who the race war going to be between if they fall back?
Right, I'm confused.
Against the niggas.
Please
Big difference.
okay.
I got you.
I was about to say, please elaborate. I am
I
very
got
confused right now.
See, here's the problem. See, niggas are stupid. They'll fight black people and talk about white people. So it'll be black people against everybody. Niggas are stupid.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
being honest.
Okay. Let's be honest, baby. No, okay. Michelle, what you got? What you think on this? I know you got a lot. I know you got a little bit on your mind.
I mean, I feel like it's, unfortunately, in my mind, I feel like it's inevitable to happen.
Yeah.
With so much going on now, constantly on a constant basis, even though from the 16 shots and all of this stuff, lately it's been more so us killing us.
Right.
Than it has been
With
necessarily
With 16 shots, you talk about the one the police did or the one that happened when dude was video recording?
the one.
Oh, yeah.
That's two different 16 shots now.
I feel you, but you know the one that's relevant to people that are black, or
so the black one that killed the black one ain't relevant.
Right. The one that's relevant in their minds, which is the police, aka a white man shooting a black man. I think that, well, since it's slowed down with, I guess, a white man killing a black man.
Well, I don't know what color was the cop that killed the hounds of Baskerville the other night.
What do you mean? Are you asking what color was he?
Yeah. I
don't know. I'm assuming because of the outcry and everything with the protests and that he was white. That's what I'm assuming. They historically they put a lot of young rookie Caucasian officers on the west side.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but regardless, the kid pulled the gun out.
And that's something that we're getting away from. I mean, the race war, you know what, to be honest with you, Michelle, I never even thought about it until you actually brought up the question. And the race war almost seems like it would be inevitable because people are mad about the wrong shit.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
okay,
I felt like, okay, I can't remember what episode it was that we did that had me really thinking about, like, it's about to go down soon. I feel it. I don't know. And I came across this book called The Coming Race War in America by Carl Rowan. And I have began reading this book. I'm not done yet. But a lot of what he's saying is definitely pertaining to the present tense. And he wrote this book in 1996.
Oh,
Like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Negro Dahmer's here.
I mean, but you get a lot of that. You got a lot of people that have their pulse on what's going on in society and speak about what they feel is coming.
Right.
And because it doesn't happen right away, people blow them off and be like, "Oh, see, you know what he was talking about."
Right.
But because it doesn't come in a week, a month, a year, doesn't mean that it's not brewing.
Right.
Right. And I think there's a lot of factors into why I feel like it's brewing with, necessarily police shooting black males, whatever, and them being white, which just adds insult to injury.
Right.
And then currently with the election with Donald Trump and those people like,
throwing up the Nazi symbols and what have you. But you know what? See, when I hear people, okay, they say, well, it was a white cop and he killed a black kid. Would it be better if a black cop killed him? I mean, because like when I say and people
I don't know, because then wouldn't it be turned around to not necessarily being a race war, but being a
hold on
war between police and
I've had stories on. Matter of fact, it was a black lady that was in the back of a squad car. She allegedly kicked the cop, and the cop did the Doc Brown on her, knocked her back into the future. I mean, he stole on her real good, and they never got any publicity.
A black cop?
Yeah, black cop.
Black lady?
Black lady.
Here's the thing, and the family should know what. Basically, they should know our stance on this by now. When I say that you're mad or upset about the wrong things, let's again preface this for everyone who wants to be the conspiracy theorist and they want to, point the finger. One killing of anybody, white, black, red, yellow, indifferent, whatever, is too many. If the police are killing citizens. However, when citizens point the gun at the police, what do you think the police are going to do?
You played that stupid game, you won that stupid prize.
Exactly.
Right.
Secondly, no one seems to care or research the numbers. Since January 1st, we had almost 3,000 shootings last year. Not killings, shootings. 2,988 is the number. To this date, from January 1 to April 13th, today's date, we have 862. We're on pace to eclipse
shootings.
Just the shootings.
Just shootings.
Just
not
the shootings.
Necessarily killings.
And the killings. The number for the killings is 156. That rose by 2, because over the last 48 hours you had 21 shootings in 2 days, 21 shootings and 2 deaths. So it went from 154 from Monday, because I checked the numbers Monday. It was 154. Now it's 156. If you want to be mad about the killings, that's fine, but you can't realistically attach a color to it, because again, since January 1, there have only been 3 documented police killings. All 3 of them, some fool was pointing a gun at the police. Now, you can be a conspiracy theorist and say, well, that's what they allege and this, that, and other. I'm going to simply say this again. I've been black for 44 years, going on 45 in August if I reach it. Never had a gun planted on me. I've never been pulled over for speeding and said, oh, by the way, take this crack with you. You know what I'm saying? So for all these people that want to say that the police set you up and this, that, and other, I'm not saying it don't happen. It does happen. But normally they do that with the people they tired of fucking with. I'm not dealing with you no more. You know what I'm saying? So let me go. We finna get you off the street, whether it be for a month, a day, a year, whatever. We getting you out of here.
Why every time I'm out here, you out here?
Right, exactly. So, I'm not trying to hear all that.
Hey, Jamal Quavius, why you still out here, dog?
Oh my God!
You out here hanging with Duracell.
You know,
Stop.
you got all these people out here talking, and you know they talking all that radical bullshit, and that's fine. I mean, you look, man. The economic cycle works the same for illegal enterprise as it does for legal enterprise. Mm-hmm. The supply and demand circle is very real. If there's no demand, the supply withers up, the industry goes defunct. Right. So you can say, well, we ain't nobody flying the drugs in. We don't produce no guns. If you wasn't buying the shit, wouldn't nobody be?
Right.
There wouldn't be a supply for it.
I like what you told me earlier about them ugly ass Cabbage Patch Dolls.
I mean,
people
think
stop
about
buying
it.
it.
Them Cabbage Patch Dolls was the ugliest thing in creation, right? They was hot for a minute. A light went on in somebody's head. They said, man, why are we paying all this money for this ugly ass doll?
The Cabbage Patch Doll, the Garbage Pail Kid.
Man, you know, so I mean.
Hey, don't laugh. I had a lot of Cabbage Patch Dolls.
Man.
And what happened? The supply and demand went out. I don't get it.
You didn't keep yours in a box, so now they not collector's items no more.
Nah, they still good. I took care of my toys.
But I mean, you know, so I mean the supply and the demand, I mean, so why you sitting up there trying to make excuses for all these clowns out here and why they do what they do, and then the people say, well, they taking the programs out of the schools. Okay, well, I got something for that too. Prior to the after school programs outside of sports did not really become popular until like say the mid 60s into like somewhere between the mid 60s mid 70s. I have to really look that up, but somewhere within that little 10-year from 65 to 75, that's when the shit really got. Prior to that, wasn't no after school programs. You went to school, you brought your ass home.
Right.
The gang population was not that big. It consisted of a few Hispanics, a few Italians, a few Irish. We wasn't gang banging.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You look up when Gangsta Disciples and the El Rooks and all them, that was during that 65 to 75 period. Right? Mm-hmm. So,
and wasn't it pretty much built up
there was
as a thing of
originally
protection?
we're social clubs, we're protecting
right,
each other and this,
right,
that, and other,
and
right?
not just out here.
Yeah, right. So my thing is this: prior to say 65, in the 50s and the 40s, when they wasn't no after school programs, we wasn't gang banging, killing each other. Not yet, me neither. But we wasn't gang banging, killing each other. So what exactly was the excuse then? See, the shit that you're saying is the reason why now. There have not always been after school projects and programs for kids to be in. Right. How about let's go back to old school values and your ratchet ass just be a mother or a father? You know,
hell you say?
Because because I mean the bottom line is, and we getting ready to go to break, and before we do, I want to do a little something. But the bottom line is that mothers aren't being mothers. Fathers aren't being fathers, and like Malcolm X said, our roosters, our chickens are coming home to roost. We are seeing the product of what a lack of parenting in the community does. Now, before we go pay these bills, this past week we lost a legend in the radio game. He is not from Chicago; he's actually from Detroit. However,
actually, he's not from Detroit. He's from Philadelphia, and he started his career in Detroit.
Well, he went to high school in Detroit.
Right, but he was born in Philadelphia.
Okay, well, born in Philly, went to high school in Detroit, but he belongs to Chicago. He was syndicated worldwide, but we bought him and held him tight to us, and so we want to say our rest in peace to Doug Banks. Also
Madison Pruitt.
Pruitt,
young lady, 6 years old.
One
touched a lot of us, man.
One of my fraternal brothers was instrumental in that, making her a policeman for a day. He's a sergeant with the Chicago Police Department. Ernest Spradley, stand up, alpha alpha. We do what we do. We transcend all. And then Michelle.
I definitely want to say a rest in peace to ex college friend. You know, he just recently passed away. Same weekend. It's crazy. Found out, and it was just like crazy because he's a really good dude, and it was so unexpected. Spoke to everybody, was always happy, always traveling, and he's from Philly actually as well. Okay. So rest in peace to him, and anybody listening, you know, keep your head up.
So, Dave, if we could get like 30 seconds of silence, and we would be back quicker than it would take Mel Gibson to ruin a career and a marriage.
And it's truth and logic, y'all.
Right.
Back to David, Duran, and Michelle for more Truth and Logic.
We're fighters for truth, justice, and the American way.
And we're coming right back at you, family. It's this Talk Zone Radio. This is Truth and Logic, and we can be reached at 888-GO-FOR. That's 888-463-6748. We about to take a trip to this corner that we go to weekly. The corner is Controversy Corner. It's basically where we get off our chest a lot of shit that's been going on throughout the week that we just need to rant about and talk about because none of us really want ulcers. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me get, backstory as always. And this is two-part. We got the little niggly bear out there. Ranger Smith couldn't keep him in line. He out there. He was involved in the shooting. Police saw the car, pulled the car over. Guy jumps out, runs, points a gun at the police. Police decide, okay, this one guy want to play stupid games. I'm going to give him a stupid prize. Stupid prize was that bullet that hit his chest. So he'll be laid to rest soon. And the thing is...
Oh, he already at rest.
He rest in hell. and now a witness all of a sudden saw the police high-fiving each other. So they marched on. They marched yesterday.
Really?
And they went on to the Eisenhower.
Did they show the picture?
Of course, they ain't show no picture. Everybody records everything except for what they can't prove.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I just so happened to see this happen, but I didn't record shit.
I hope they didn't high five.
But you know what? If how do you know if the Ron was in the shooting or you was in the shooting and you come back, I'm gonna high five you. I'm glad that you alive.
That's true. It doesn't necessarily mean you could be high-fiving about anything.
The guy pulls out a gun, and then you got Alderman Burt, Anthony looked like a retard Bill, and Kerry Austin. Kerry Austin like a nigga that went to school with. He played football. He's like a old-ass linebacker. It's ugly.
Oh, my God.
And they out here because, of course, the politicians, they messed up with the Laquan McDonald. Something missing. Something is missing. Oh, yeah, drop that motherfucking beat right about now.
I was wondering when you was going to go in.
You know what? At first, I was going to try to be nice and polite. But
David, nice and polite?
I can't do it. Sometimes you just got to cuss. Alderman Burt, Kerry Austin, and Anthony Bill, they just passed out a over $5 million settlement because a guy that got drugged out of the police station. Now, I agree with that one. They drugged him. There's video footage of the man being dragged out of the cell. I will agree with that.
Right.
But this other one, he had an asthma attack and everybody saw it and the police spraying the asthma pump and everybody saw it, but nobody pulled out a camera? Come on,
in
dog.
today's society,
right?
Nobody pulled out a camera and saw the police spraying his asthma pump.
People take pictures and video of their food.
Yeah, I've done it.
We'll get on that later.
But
I'm saying everybody want to jump on the police about everything, and I'm sorry, President Obama, I got a way we could do this. You want to ban gun, ban niggas. Ban niggas. That's what you do. You want to ban a gun that can't do nothing without somebody doing something. Ban these niggas. Ban these Jamarquavians. Now, I know some of y'all might say, well, how can you tell the difference between a black person and a nigga? I'm willing to take that chance right now. I'm willing to take that chance. We get into a race war, black people fall back. Just fall back. Put a sign, I am not a nigga. Just put that sign up. Hold a sign up. Let them be the ones that's taken out.
The thing about that is they don't care if you want or not. Well, the people that are...
let me ask you this.
How many white people that don't care?
You do have a certain group of people that don't care, but... Okay, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. If you go somewhere, just say you go to New Orleans, and you got a group of white people there, are you worried about getting robbed, shot, killed?
No.
You go, you see a bunch of niggas right there. You know somebody gonna get robbed, shot, or killed.
Oh my God.
You know it.
Really?
The Twitter and the email about to blow.
You know this. You know this. And you know what?
David.
I've been trying to get to another rant because I'm not done with this, but I'm gonna put this to the side.
Oh God.
But I've been trying to get to another rant that we talked about maybe 4 episodes ago when you asked about fat people.
Oh,
Well, we gonna get to it today. We
the
gonna
thoughts
get
and
to
views
it today.
of David and
No,
his
here's
damn
the problem.
self
Here's the problem.
is due to himself.
No, here's the problem.
You
See,
done made my mama call in early.
Oh yeah, she about to go in on you. Super fan is about to
now,
go in.
now, okay, I don't have a problem with fat people. I don't. But all these colorful euphemisms that we see, a fat man knows he's fat. See, me, I'm fat as fuck, and I know I'm fat as fuck. But a fat woman will sit up here and say, "I'm big and beautiful."
She big boned.
That's her self-confidence.
So damn, her confidence. Lose weight.
Ooh, what if she can't? What if she don't want to?
What if she got a thyroid condition?
Right.
Number 2, I'm healthy. That's the antithesis. I can't even say the word. Antithesis. You know what I'm
Okay,
trying
we know
to
what
say.
you're trying to say.
Antithesis.
Carry on, sir.
I'm sounding retarded now. What's the
Pastor Quinn, we do see you. Just so that you
voluptuous.
don't think we don't see you. We see you. We're gonna get right to you.
And we gonna let you just go in on David.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna say nothing.
Don't text me. Don't text me because last week she texted me like I'm here. I'm waiting.
and I mean, but we got all these colorful euphemisms. And I see if you're fat, and let's sit up here and not use the word fat. Fat is a medical term. And see, what I have a problem with somebody that's fat and you want to sit up here and talk about a skinny person. Oh, you wasting away. You need to put some meat on your bone. What if that skinny person say you need to take some meat off your bone? What's the difference? No, because see, I've seen it to where a fat person would tell a skinny person, they would dog the skinny person out for being skinny, but as soon as the skinny person say something about a fat person, not a fat person, you shouldn't talk about me. I have a condition. Yeah, you have a lazy condition.
Where did you get this rant from?
I've been
holding
I've
on
been
to it
trying
for
to
about
get to
2-3
this for a
weeks.
while. You have a stale condition. You're lazy. I'm just saying. That's I don't have anything against fat women. I don't even touch them. I don't.
You stupid. Something wrong with you, dude.
But
He
no,
is about to get jumped outside.
like they went in on my boy Tyree.
I'm getting ready to check this Twitter right quick.
They went in on my boy Tyree, and this was what made me come up with the rant. They went on Tyree. Tyree pretty much said
Tyrese.
Tyrese better.
Okay, that's what his mama called him. Tyrese.
Whatever.
Call him Tyrese.
Wait. Tyrese.
Yes.
The singer?
They asked this man, do he feel like he plays a big part into people being healthy? And he said no two problems are the same. Pretty much you big as hell because you put in some work. And they went in on him. It's 2 groups of people that went in on Tyrese. Dark-skinned women, because he said he's not attracted to dark-skinned women.
Okay, that's his preference.
Exactly. And fat women that, well, he said pretty much, he wasn't talking about just fat women. He's talking about fat people. You put in some work to become fat. Fat women got upset. And fat men don't get upset. You ain't see Magic Johnson gay ass son with his purse talking about Tyrese. You shouldn't be talking about fat people. You
He
ain't
lost
seen
weight.
He lost weight.
Yeah,
He actually looked like a different person.
he's still a.
Okay, don't even go there.
Yeah, because I don't want them hanging out. Like that.
Right.
Hey, we done talked about everything else. We might as well talk about it all.
You know, they like
That's
them
why
dangerous.
you the controversy of the show.
So,
Hey, Pastor Quinn,
And
should I
me-
take a break right now?
And me and Deron
So-
just trying to live our
right,
lives
we just
over
trying
here.
to live our lives. Pastor Quinn,
Yes, hello.
how are you doing today?
Hi.
I am wonderful. How
You
is
are
everybody? Hi,
you
David
are
and Michelle.
you are developing.
How you doing, Pastor Quinn?
You are developing your own little star.
Really?
One of my first family members, AKA, reached out to me today. Was like, I'm listening to the show and I love your mama.
Oh, well, praise the Lord.
Go figure that out.
Oh, snap. You popular.
You fancy, huh?
Hey, what can I say?
We love you too. Just don't go too hard on me.
Yeah, we gonna let you go ahead.
I know
and say
your
what
comment.
you gotta say
I know your
about
comment
David.
for David. Go
hard
ahead.
on you because I just turned tuned in, so I really don't know. I got in on the fat part, and I can go on that one, but that's why we have a lot of people with low self-esteem, because we don't really understand their issues of why they're fat. Some people eat for grief reasons. Some people just eat because they love food, which is not healthy on either hand.
But see, Pastor Quinn, I'm fat.
Just go hard. Stop.
Well, he did say some people are fat because they lazy.
On them. Well, that I said because they love food. But and then they don't want to go exercise at all. Now I'm not a fan of exercising. I'm not gonna lie. I will do it if I have to, but for the most part, I learned how to take care of myself and be proactive in my health, because I'm like, hey, I plan to be here for a long time.
Exactly.
But there are those who, like I said, we really don't know what their issues are. In dealing with people the way I deal with them, sometimes, food is they talk about comfort food. Food is a comfort to people, and in whatever areas that they happen to be going through something in. So really, before we can go in on them or talk about them, we need to find out what the issues are. That's all I'm saying, is because, I've seen people who would look like they just about ready to explode.
But you know what?
Oh my God, why?
But you know what? I think part of his rant was toward the euphemisms and the excuses we give people. Like, if you fat, don't tell. Ain't nobody ever dug up a pair of big bones. You know what I'm saying? No, you fat. It is what it is. It happens.
But that's true. You do. People do make excuses.
Because until you can admit a problem, you'll never correct it.
Right.
You never correct it. You're absolutely right.
And
so I'm just, listening to, like I said, I just tuned in. I left school. I got out of school and tuned in. So I tuned in at the end of the rant anyway.
Well, look, you want to hold on for this letter? You ready for this?
Okay.
Okay, but look, but before I read this letter, we're going to read the letter and go to break. But before we do that, I'm going to bring up, you remember from my 8th birthday, and you had called in to what was back then WBMX, and you talked to Doug Banks. And he was like, he was like, I want to send a shout out to my son for his birthday, and he was like, I'm gonna come to the party. You remember all that?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and the Negro didn't come. But
I enjoyed Doug Banks. Listening to Doug Banks every morning. He was one of the first times I ever won anything on the radio.
Yep, I remember
on
that.
His show,
yeah.
And it was a Jennifer Holiday.
Okay.
Album. I am, and I'm telling you, when she first came out with it,
right.
And then I, got to talk to her on the radio and stuff. I just really enjoyed him because he cracked me up all the way to work.
Right.
And I was really devastated when I heard that he had passed.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to crack people up on their way home every day.
Right. A matter of him really. I think not taking care of himself as he should have when he knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think he kind of waited too late to do the things that was necessary. But nevertheless, it's a loss to the media and to people who loved him,
right.
and his family especially.
Right.
So I'm sending prayers and shout out to condolences to.
It's funny that you said you sending prayers out, because I know after you hear this letter, you're gonna send out a couple prayers. All right, so we're going to get to this Truth and Logic letter. And it actually came to me last week, shortly after the show was over. I was like, wow, so yeah. Thanks for the interaction, family. We appreciate it. Keep the letters coming, Twitters, emails, all that good stuff. Right. The email is truthandlogicdd@gmail.com. Twitter is @truthandlogic1. So it says, Dear Truth and Logic team, I don't really know where to begin my letter. My husband and I have been married a little over 18 years, and up to recently, I thought that we had a pretty strong marriage. About a year ago, my husband and I decided to spice up our marriage and our love life by inviting another woman into both. Everything started out fine. We'd all hang out, and occasionally things would get steamy. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I filed for a divorce a few weeks ago from my husband because I found myself growing closer to the woman. The woman found herself growing closer to the woman. I wanted to be around her more and more. I even found myself feeling a little jealous when my husband would be with her. I hope that what I'm doing is right because I do love my husband, and and want what's best for him.
Wait,
but,
what?
Yeah, I'm just telling you what's wrote. I can't make this up.
Okay, continue.
Okay.
Sorry.
I want what's best for him, but how can I love one and not hurt the other? I don't know if you guys can help me. I don't know if you guys can help me or not, and you guys may think I'm crazy, but what should I do? And signed, Polly Confused. With that, we're going to put you on hold, Pastor Quinn. We're going to go pay these bills. It's Truth and Logic, y'all. Let that marinate.
Yeah, do let it marinate.
Give us the truth. That's what we need.
Truth and Logic. Back to Duran, David, and Michelle on TalkZone.com.
And we're coming right back at you, family. This is Truth and Logic. We are your Truth and Logic team. We can be reached at 888-GO-FOR-IT. That's 888-463-6748. Now, before we went to break, we read a Logic letter to you. And before I give you my take on it, you know what I'm saying?
Actually,
I like to toss this up to my compatriots over here.
Actually, I want your take, but I want to ask a question first.
So, you're a philosopher? Yes. 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 Yes.
I think very deeply.
I think very deeply.
Hey, we got the better entertainment, so.
So, I mean, you know, normally I wait, I fall back, but okay, it says that you've been married 18 years. Now, I don't know if I can help you all, but here's my take on it. If you've been married 18 years, you didn't get to 18 years by accident. There's something there. You all a year ago put something in the mix, and this something was another young lady. Okay, there's a whole segment of society that lives like this. Okay, so what you're doing,
Sister wives.
dig that.
Sister
So
wives.
what you're doing is not nothing new, but the problem comes in when you deal with traditional thinking. People look at the polygamous lifestyle and the polyamorous lifestyle, and even though they're the same, they're different, but they look at that as a means of sexual gratification. That is not how that came about. Okay, those lifestyles came about as a way to build and amass wealth and build countries and nations and what have you. I mean, the Bible even talks about it when you talk about Solomon. Solomon had 300 wives. He had 700 concubines. If it was all about sex, he's going 3.5 years before he sees the same woman again. You know, but each one of those women brought something to the table to help him build his kingdom. Because the Bible even says, okay, he had 300 wives, 700 concubines. So in the way of traditional thinking, he had more side women than wives. But what it also tells you is that there had never been another king as wise as him, and that there would never be. That people gloss over that. It wasn't about sex. It was about building.
When King David wasn't one of the best kings out there.
This dude here, man.
But no, it's my
But
take.
I mean, you say that you can't love one without hurting the other. In all actuality, if you look up the term polyamorous, you can, because that term in and of itself says that you can love two people independent of each other, and one has nothing to do with the other.
Right.
You know, so what I would say do, and I mean, we're not marriage counselors, we're not therapists. My wife is getting a PhD in that, so when I get home, she either gonna check me real good and tell me I fucked up, or she gonna say, yeah, you got it right on point. But what I would say is, maybe you and your husband need to go to therapy before you complete this divorce thing, and express how it is that you're feeling.
I don't
What
know,
you
me
what you
reading the
want, what
letter.
you express. Hold on, dog. Hold on.
Okay.
What you express. At that point, after about 2, 3, 4 sessions, bring old girl in it, and then all three of you all discuss where it is that you're trying to go. Maybe you all be on the same page. Maybe you won't. But to just throw away 18 years, I can't see throwing away 18 years like that over something physical. It doesn't make any sense to me. No, where you trying to go with that?
Me reading the letter, I think she's too far gone. The way she expressing it, she's getting jealous. First off, even if she did decide to stay with her husband, she's still going to use the side chick as a side chick. I think she's too far gone.
Okay, but it again.
However, women are more emotional when it's attached to
And
sex.
jealousy is
regardless
a human emotion.
of the situation. The guy probably is just more so like, oh, yeah, this spiced it up, whatever. For him, it's like whatever.
I think,
for her, it's like a more of an emotional connection, and she didn't go too deep into the story because it could be more. They could be hanging out more non-sexually, so she might be
No, more than
getting
likely they
closer
are.
to her.
I mean,
I assume.
I'm going to assume that.
But you don't really have to assume because it says here that they would everything start out fine. We'd all hang out, and occasionally things would get steamy. So they was doing hanging out outside the bedroom.
And more than likely, she's hanging out with the girl now because she's attracted
that's what
to
y'all
this
do.
girl. And
Women
now,
hang out, go to the
Right.
mall, get their nails done, talk,
So
get emotionally attached to each other.
True, but I ain't trying to take it down.
I think that's myself personally. Like Deron
to
said,
each
we
his
not
own,
we
but-
not marriage counselors, but I just think she's too far gone.
I'm definitely not because I ain't married.
The
so I
only
don't
thing,
know.
the only thing that makes me say I don't think she's that far gone is the fact that she took the time to write this letter and as a cry for help.
Right.
You wouldn't want to talk about it if you was that. You'd be like,
Don't
look, this
settle.
is what's gonna happen.
or
Know what you want. You say you've been in a marriage, but it dwindled down. Find out what he loves and find out what you love because people love differently.
But you also have a lot of people. It would sound like a cry for help, but they really just want you to agree with them.
That's
them to
possible.
make them feel good about what they're doing.
It's possible, but see, one of the things that I've experienced from being married forever, I've been married longer than
You a man, so you
than
always
I've been
wrong.
an adult. No, not. I mean, yeah, maybe. But one of the things that I've discovered from being married is that too many people look at the differences in their marriage as conflicts, and they're not conflicts; they're compliments. Because as much as I love me, I can't be married to me. I get on my nerve, so I need somebody that yin to yang, somebody to balance
you
that out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just because you all don't see eye to eye on something does not make it a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
That's kind of funny.
This is deep. This is deep. This is way deep. This is like I'm about to drown deep. But I mean,
You know what just came to my mind when you said you love yourself, but you would get on your nerves. Have y'all ever seen that article about the lady that just couldn't find nobody,
And
so
she
she married her damn self?
Yeah. Can you imagine those arguments?
Oh my God!
I will be quiet on that.
Imagine those
I'm not
arguments with your damn self.
You're like, I don't want chicken tonight. We had chicken yesterday. Say, who is you talking to? Let's see. Let's see if
There's quite a few women that have done that though.
talk to
This
themselves.
is the first
No,
time
that's married theyself.
I've ever seen
That-
that, and I was like, "Is she serious?" Had a reception and
Reception.
everything.
Invited people.
People came.
And she was a member of a sorority, but I ain't gonna throw that out there because it wasn't my
Did y'all?
first family.
You ever hear about
Oh,
your sorority?
Oh, I ain't got
She
a
was
sorority.
not
I
a
have
part-
I have a
No.
fraternity.
Your sister sorority.
But they technically not our sisters. But go ahead, keep talking.
The AKA is not your sister.
No,
Oh.
there's only one sister, brother, sister fraternity sorority.
Right.
One.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, I learned something.
There you go. Some learning going on here.
This is true.
See, that's why you the edutainment guy. But no, the Miakas, the MIAKs. You ever heard? No, seriously.
I've heard of it.
They sued the AKA, but to homosexuals sued the AKAs because they wouldn't allow them to be an official chapter.
So they were men.
I can't.
I can't do this right.
I can't.
What the meme say? I can't adult right now.
We
I can't
done
adult right
messing
now.
with you today,
Right.
Dave.
Pastor Quinn.
AKA is supposed to be the finest
I know.
ones out there.
They are. What you talking about? I know you. I know you listen to all the Deltas and SG Rolls and Zetas. Y'all fine too, but I gotta give love to them 08s. But what you think about that letter?
I'm amazed.
Wait.
Number one, I know. Hey, I got family members that deal with this kind of craziness, but my thing is that after 18 years, why didn't you sit down and find out what was it? There were other things that you could have did to spice up the marriage without bringing in a third party. first of all, you should have went and got counseling when there was some issues. Now, I mean, unless somebody just didn't want to do that. But see, y'all don't. This is a whole nother show because I could get on the roll here.
Yeah, we know.
Because they took what they always bring up Solomon, and that was, I mean, that's in the Bible. That's apropos. That's what. But see, what happened was they took what Solomon did and perverted it.
Exactly, that's what I was talking about. It wasn't meant for sexual gratification.
It wasn't meant. It was not
meant to build nations and countries. And
so you don't come to me after the fact and ask, well, what should I do? Because I just don't. The thing what you should do is be going to get some help. Because the Bible simply says man with man and woman with woman. Everybody that knows me and gays and otherwise in my family know where I stand. I will love you because you love the sinner and hate the sin. But I'm not going along with it. So I'm not going to tell her it's okay because you now all of a sudden you have more feelings for this woman than you do for your husband. Give me a break. Because that's a sin. There's
some deeper issues going on.
It's a whole lot of deeper issues going on. That's why I said before the third person was ever brought in, you should have been trying to find out what was going on, what was the problem in the marriage to begin with. Because whether it was a male or female that you brought into it, it was wrong. It was against biblical principles and what God instituted as far as marriage was concerned. So, sweetheart, poly confused, whatever you want to call yourself, you need to go to God. You need to go find a Christian counselor if you are saved and get some help and find out what's really going on, what's the deep-seated issue in your marriage that's going on. Because after 18 years, I mean, hey, I've been married for at the end of this month, it will be 35 years.
Oh.
And
long time.
I've
beautiful.
been through hell and high water.
Yeah, you have.
In my marriage.
And
I have not gone outside I ain't asked to bring nobody in because if whatever God does with this marriage, whether it's separated by death or whatever, believe me, God himself would have to tell me to be married again. But I have not ever wanted to bring a third, fourth, or fifth party into my marriage to solve nothing because it's all it's going to do is cause a bigger issue than what you already had. If God can't solve it and you can't sit down and solve it, then it can't be solved.
And with that, we're going to let the church say amen.
Amen, because I'm.
And we're going to go pay some bills. I mean, I ain't got nothing to say after that. We just going to go to commercial. Do you like originality? Do you like affordability? Then you'll love the Lost and Found Boutique. Original urban gear at an affordable price. The Lost and Found Boutique. Like them on Facebook. Or check them out online at the Lost and Found Boutique at bigcartel.com. That is www.thelostandfoundboutique.bigcartel.com. The Lost and Found Boutique. Dare to be different and discover what you've been missing.
Lost and Found.
Are you in need of quality audio engineering at a price that you can afford? Well, look no further than 8 Shots Music, where we bring the studio to you. Whether you're a voiceover talent, singer, rapper, or whether you're recording audio for audiobooks, we bring everything you need straight to you. Check us out today at www.8shotsmusic.com or call us at 773-948-9296. 8 Shots Music, your music anywhere.
You've discovered TalkZone.com. TalkZone.com. The best in internet talk radio.
Now back to Duran, David, and Michelle.
I'm talking truth.
For more truth and logic.
Hey, we coming right back at you, family. You know, everybody's talking about the Golden State Warriors, but this is, man, that's kind of funky, Dave. Like, what you doing over there, man? I mean, everybody talking about the Golden State Warriors up in here, but I'm old school. I'm about them 96 Bulls, and this like Jordan in the fourth quarter, baby. Ooh. So, before we get out of here, Pastor Quinn, since you missed the first half of the show, let me ask you. The show topic was the rise in gun violence, and whether or not it's possible that may lead us to a race war. Having grown up in the 50s and 60s and experienced a race war too, what do you think?
All things are possible, and just like I put on there, it's a new form of slavery.
Right.
People, I mean, you know, and I look at all the people that's doing all the marching and everything, but if you get them individually, everybody's talking about it, but who's being about it?
Ooh.
And if you break them down out of the crowd, what is it that they're doing to become a part of the solution and not a part of the problem? Because right now, when I see you in mass, walking, talking, shouting, doing all this stuff, I say that you simply are you being a part of the problem, not a part of the solution, because I don't see anything anybody is doing individually to come up with a solution to help stop all of it.
And you know what? I'm glad that you said that, because I actually, because I was looking at that and I was like, you got all these people spitting all this propaganda and inciting violence, but they're not.
They don't know what they're doing it for.
Quote unquote, there is a problem. However, if you're not going to voice a solution, I'm going to need you to shut up. You know?
That's it.
So, yeah, you are one.
Say nothing productive. If you can't do nothing productive, everybody can get in a group and start hollering and shouting and talking about what's happening and what ought to be done. But can you stand alone and do something?
I mean, we did a show on media manipulation, okay?
Right.
This 16-year-old boy that got shot is a perfect example of that manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting up pictures of this boy we demand answers from CPD. They're putting up a picture of this boy that looked like it was from his 8th grade graduation or maybe his freshman year of high school. He looking all innocent or whatever. But then
I'm on his Facebook page right now. This man holding guns.
They pulled the Facebook photos. He got in one picture. He got a Uzi. In another picture, he has a 38, and another picture I couldn't tell what the gun was because it ain't nothing but I can't see nothing but the barrel. Facing
he throwing the gang sign.
And he got tattoos all up his neck, and his mother like he wasn't a bad guy gang banging or nothing. First of all, when you got to the scene, nobody said that he was into gang activity. So where the hell did that come from? Maybe you've heard it before.
Yeah, but I saw a picture of him last night on the news. Besides the one that they had showed earlier, I didn't even know it was the same young man.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, it is. But see, the other thing is these people, they start pulling all this stuff. And my thing is so you can get on television and be seen by Junebug and JoJo.
So
you can say I was on television.
I was told by my wife to stop using the name Nook Nook. I'm sorry.
Why?
Oh.
Because she has a cousin that they call Nook.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well, hey.
Well, you got, but I'm looking at a picture of Mr. Pierre Lloyd. Got his hat banged to the right, holding look like a Glock, throwing up gangs.
Yeah,
man,
but
confused. You got your hat to the right, but you're dropping the fork.
That's the other thing. How many times did his mother visit his Facebook page or know what he really was doing? That's another. That goes to the other show. What is, you know? You got to know what you got to take parents. You got to know what your children are involved in. You got to be the parent, not their friend.
Because it's amazing that all these cats that's getting killed by the police none of them ever did nothing wrong.
They was on their way to school.
They was always good kids. They was always on the dean's list. It was like, really?
But you know what's so sad? The mother got a paycheck when he was born, and now she about to do a paycheck. I guarantee you by the end of the day today, it will be a GoFundMe for him. I guarantee you.
Speaking of GoFund,
it would be a GoFund.
Speaking of GoFund, and Mama, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna mute you this time, but this ratchet heifer put up a GoFundMe account. I ain't lying to you. I can't make this up. Said that I'm gonna clean it up. Said she needed a new vagina.
You know what? They took it down because I searched for it yesterday. I searched for this GoFundMe.
Are we
It was
serious?
taken down.
They should have took
It's
it down.
a whole
and her
bunch
mama
of
should find
GoFundMes
her.
with
it's
just
a lot
people.
of GoFundMe pages that don't belong.
But
I don't know if they took it down. It's not up anymore.
I'm gonna say this, and because some people had donated to it. Like, are you serious
Yes.
right now? But really, and y'all can't donate to the GoFundMe page for Truth and Logic, and we doing something positive, and this heifer didn't put up something for a new vagina.
People don't like positivity.
Are you serious right now?
Well,
All right.
All right, so that was my little.
That's deep.
That was
You
my
had a
little.
little
I had a little moment, you know.
I mean, but people do. Here's what I want to do. I want to talk about these sorry cops out here. I want to talk about the police that, the ones that went out and made Madison Pruitt wish her dream come true of being a cop for a day.
Right.
These sorry police that's flipping the bill for Madison's funeral.
Yeah.
These sorry cops. These cops that just they don't care about black people.
Yeah.
They just out here just shooting black people.
And for
at
anybody,
will.
and if this is going over your head, we're being facetious.
Hold on. Because if that's going over the head, facetious, definitely they don't understand. We're being sarcastic.
I think they came up with a GoFundMe account for that. It raised $1,300. CPD said, look, not only are we gonna match it, we just gonna take care of whatever the remaining bill is.
Okay.
And like I said, one of the sergeants involved in that was an Alpha. He's a brother of mine, and so
I'm gonna put it out here like this, because the story, when I read the story and saw the video, I had tears in my eyes. And regardless of how people think of me, that I'm heartless, whatever, I do have a heart. And this little girl, hearing her story, brought tears to my eyes. And what the police did brought tears to my eyes too. They granted this little girl a wish. All these people, your Jamarquavias, your Pookies, your Ray Rays, your gangbangers, your drug dealers, how many of them donated to help this little girl out? How many of them came and paid this little girl a visit that's in the area? These aldermen that want to take the police out of the neighborhood, that want to fire the police, how many of them helped? For all these people that talk trash, how many of them help? Now, the Truth and Logic team, because actually we got a letter that we sent into the funeral to pay homage, and we're going to send some flowers because we wanted to do something for this little girl, but unfortunately the Lord took her home before we had a chance.
We do more than just talk about it. We be about it. So for everybody that wants to get on Facebook, call us Uncle Toms, we stepping fetchings. Oh man, they done got down on us because we don't agree with what they say.
Oh, okay.
So for everybody,
I don't read that crap.
Right. So everybody that wants to get on Facebook and talk all that shit, here, this is what we do. We give back to we support black positivity. All that other stuff, y'all can keep that. And we got very small amount of time before we go, but before we do, I'm just gonna say, for everybody that don't like what we do, you can kiss my natural black ass.
Oh, he felt some type of way on that one.
Damn, he really felt that because he didn't put mama on hold.
Sorry, mama, but they've been trying to come for me on social media for us.
He feels some type of way.
But you know what? No, what he's saying is true, because just because we don't agree don't mean we have to argue. Don't mean there's nothing wrong with a healthy debate. It's nothing wrong with it. My views should not have to match your views.
If
for
I
us
don't
to
agree
get
with
along.
you don't have to. If you don't have to resort to name calling.
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's the problem. And see, that's I thought, you know what? Because like I said before, I used to be one of the ones that I was get into a debate, but I would try to cater it to where you didn't get offended.
When was this?
It had to be before he met us.
No, seriously. But then I noticed people didn't care about my feelings at all. People.
Please give me a date in a year.
Trust me. Me being the way that I am didn't happen overnight.
No,
this gradually came.
Took years to perfect that.
Oh my
It
goodness.
really did.
Took years to
because
perfect that.
I would try to be, cautious to the next person's feelings.
Right.
But then, as I'm noticing, nobody gave a damn about my feelings. I ain't gonna say nobody, but a lot of people didn't give a damn about my feelings. So why should I hold back and you're not?
Man.
But then when I stop holding back, now I'm an asshole.
Well, you kind of. I mean, so what?
I can see your point, David.
What are we saying as we get out of here?
What did we learn?
What did we learn?
What did we learn, family? You know?
That is a mess. I just wanted to read this a little bit, and I think it definitely pertains
took the
to.
weave out.
Don't start with me, David. It pertains to. Trust me, when I get the next one in, you're gonna be loving it. I'm sure. This says Black Lives Matter when we make people see that they matter. And first, our lives have to matter to each other, or they will never matter to anybody else.
Dig that. And with that, we don't really need to say nothing else, do we?
Boom.
No.
All right.
Shakalaka.
So we're on a 6-day, 23-hour break, and as always, live life as if you're going to die tomorrow. But take the time to learn as if you're going to live forever. Develop an opinion. Think about it. And remember, everything that's black and white is not always black and white. Until next week, family, I'm Deron.
This is David.
This is Shay.
And as always, it's truth and logic, y'all.
Your truth versus my logic.
Peace and love.
If you're looking for world-class website hosting at a fair price, Pair Networks is your best choice. Whether you're a professional web designer or a beginner just getting your site online, Pair Networks has a web hosting plan that's right for you. Log on and learn more at pair.com. That's PAIR.com. Pair Networks, world-class web hosting at a fair price. Visit us at pair.com. Pair Networks.
If you want to register your own .com and are looking for a responsible